Okay, so this is a short screencast to show you how to create your portfolio. I'm using the example of chartership, but the same applies to certification and fellowship as well. So when you're creating your portfolio, you do it within the CILIP portfolio area. So I've logged into the VLE. Now I'm going to go to the CILIP portfolio. Once I'm logged in here, I've already got all my content ready for the chartership portfolio, so I have all my files ready. I just need to add them to the portfolio. So I'm going to go to Portfolio and create a page. As I mentioned, this is a chartership example, so I'm going to call it Chartership Portfolio. I could add a description if I want to, but I'm not going to for now. But I am going to just tag it with the words Chartership and Portfolio and save. So that's our blank page now. Now we can add all our content to it, and you can see from this tab here that there's lots of different items that you can add from here. You can add files, you can add journal entries, you can add CPD entries, you can add notes, you can add information about your profile, and if you've added your CV to the portfolio, you can add it in that way as well. So lots of different ways of displaying the information. The way that I'm going to show you is just one way of doing it, but it really is up to you to personalise this however you wish. So first of all, I'm going to add my evaluative statement, because that's really the core of the portfolio, and I'm going to add that using a text box. So I'm going to add it in here, drag that down, give it a title, so it's called evaluative statement. It would be if I could spell. Okay, and then I've already got it prepared, so I just need to copy and paste it in. And you'll see that I've added a word count at the bottom as well. So that is 999 words without the criteria. So that's within the word limit. Go back to here. And because it's in Word, there is a special button here to paste from Word. And that will get rid of any of the formatting or things that you've got within Word. You can check that it's all okay. Insert that. And now it's appeared there. All in there. It is in Latin, but it just gives you an example of what it would look like. And of course, if you need to, you can then add links or anything in there. You'll see that I've mentioned there, see evidence 1, for example. So you might want to make note of that within the text, and you could highlight that or put it in italics or bold, and use any of these functionalities as suits. So I'm just going to save that now, and it's now added my evaluative statement in there. At the moment it's quite long. I'm just going to add the content in first, and then we'll rearrange it to make it look better. So, I still realise that I can't spell. There we go, that's better. Okay, so the other things that I need to add are things like my CV, my PKSB, all those extra files. So they're already ready to put in. I just need to add the files to download here. So I'm going to again pick this up, drag it into my page and choose the files that I want to. So I can upload them, or if I've already uploaded them, then they will be displayed. I'm going to upload my CV. My mentor and mentee completion form. My job description. And PKSB. I'm going to call this supplementary material, and you can see those in there. If I put in one in by mistake, then I can remove them, and I can also add in any of the ones that I've added at an earlier date up into that bit. These are the ones that will show. Scroll down to the bottom and click Save, and it will now have those items there for me. I also need to add my evidence, so I'm going to do a very similar process for the supplementary material, but this time for my evidence. And I've got a variety of different types of evidence, so I'm going to add them this time from the ones that I've already uploaded. And you can do this from within the portfolio area to save any files. So the first thing is evidence 1. Oops. Press the wrong thing then, sorry, I need to just select that rather than actually have a look at it. Evidence 2, I want to select that one, and evidence 3. And you can see there I've got some examples of a Word document, a PDF file and an image. And as I accidentally showed you, you can also download these to check that it is the right version as well. When you've selected the ones that you want to do, click on Save, and now we've got it in there. We have our evaluative statement, supplementary material and any files to download. I think I'm going to just rename that file to download as evidence. Now it's up to you how you want to organise that. Again, you might want to number these, you might want to have a section for criteria 1 and a section for criteria 2 and a section for criteria 3. It's totally up to you how you do that. I'm going to change the look of this a little bit, so I need to go to Edit Layout, and I'm going to choose this layout here. So there's a lot of different options. I'm going to choose this one with a larger right column. I'm going to move some of this around. So I want the evaluative statement because it's quite a long piece to go there. It's easier to read, not too much scrolling. I want the supplementary material here. So that's now dragged that up to the top there. And the evidence as well I want in that left hand column. So you can see there that you can add things in and move them around as you wish. If I wanted to have my evidence above, I can just move that around there however I want to. So there I have it, my page. And I'm going to save that. Just click on Done to save that. And it has appeared there. So you can actually go in there and add things as you go and edit it. And keep coming back to it and editing it and adding things in as you want to. The other thing that you can do is share this page with other people. So you might want to share it with your mentor, you might want to share it with a colleague, and when you come to submit you'll need to share it with the assessors. So in order to do that you need to go to Edit this page. There's a section here on sharing, and you can choose then who you share with. So if you want to have it completely open, I wouldn't recommend that for this particular thing, but you might have areas of the portfolio that you do. You can add it to logged in users, add access to your friends, add access to everyone within the CILIP VLE, or share within groups, or share with particular users. So you could search for a particular user, for example, and then share that with, for example, your mentor, or someone who's helping you with something. You can also share different sections, so it's really customizable. If you want to share with someone outside the organisation as well, then you can share with public and just share the link just to that person. So I'm going to share this with the assessors because I'm ready to assess, to submit for assessment. So I'm just going to search for assessors in groups, and I find this group called Professional Registration Assessors. I'd like to add it to everyone in the group, so whoever's assigned to assess my portfolio will be able to access it. And you click on that Add, and it will then be added there so you can see who has access. I'm not going to restrict that because they need to be able to access it whilst they're marking. But if you wanted to, for example, give access to someone for a certain period of time, and then you want to restrict access, then you can do that in here just by selecting the date that you'd like to have them have access from and to. And that's all we have to it. Just save that now, and it will let us know that this particular chartership portfolio page is accessible by professional registration assessors. If I have a look, I can see my portfolio in there. And then our portfolio is ready for submission.